Happy New Year, guys. New Energized Show. First one of the new year. Barry, how are you feeling?
Ross, we're back. It's a big year for ourselves.
It is a big year for ourselves. There's absolutely loads going on at the start of this year. Loads of energized content to come out of us. And I'm actually really looking forward to it. You?
Yeah, like we've been getting ready for the last while. We're now officially on Spotify.
We are indeed. So if you are on Spotify, make sure to follow the lads like you do on the gram.
Yeah, and then I think we finally sorted out the situation with the YouTube, with the camera, with everything. Thanks to Jay.
Yeah, thanks to Jay of Vicon. What a legend.
Yeah, so we're finally back. If you are new to the show, make sure to subscribe as well, because there's big things coming. Myself and Ross thought that we would actually go over a 2020 vision for the next couple of months, because big things are coming up. We're both actually really excited. I'm actually pretty excited, like somewhat nervous, because I'm like, right, I think this is like the year we actually get things done.
Yeah, well, 2020, I think is a fresh start. I didn't realize how many people were dedicated to the last decade. I've never heard the word decade used so much in the last few weeks as I did. It was almost like everyone got to do, all the sports people got to do like two polls. It was like team of the season and team of the decade, and then it was like fight of the year and fight of the decade, and then it was like best fighter of the year and best fighter of the decade. I was like, Jesus, I didn't realize everything had to be so like numerical after 10 years. It was like, right, we have to review the last 10 years of your life. Yeah. It was mad, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a lot of content to make, wasn't it?
A lot of content.
A lot of content.
Great for people like the UFC who can go, they actually went like year by year and did like a video on what happened in each year, which I actually thought was really, really cool. But there was a lot of things, and there was a lot of, I don't know if you saw them, but did you see any of the Premier League teams of the decade?
Yeah, but I saw a lot of people making them, and then there was just so many different players in there, and it's impossible. It's almost impossible to judge something over the last 10 years. You know what I mean?
It's extremely hard. But I saw some people put in like Frank Lampard, and I was like, I think you retired in like 2013.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's like the last 10 years, no?
Yeah, it's mad. It's such a weird way. Like going into 2020, it's like such a weird. Like it's almost like a reset button in a way. Do you see it like that?
Yeah, I think fresh start for everyone. I think. You get the opportunity to sort of start afresh at the start of, I think, every new year. I think that's why people say, new year, new me.
Yeah, but like a lot of people are just saying that to say it though as well. Like I don't know if people actually believe in this, or they're like, oh fuck, I need some content out now quick.
Look, I think I think you have to start something somewhere, if that makes sense. I think the new year is probably always a nice time to start something, because you feel like you start with a blank canvas. Like a lot of people say that I'm going to start going to the gym. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like probably by the end of January they've stopped going to the gym. But there are that few who do follow through with their New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, well, like I really am a person that is like, right, I'll at the turn of the year I'm going to change shit. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? I'm one of them people that will like put things off to the last minute, and then you're like, right, I have to do it now, or else like it's not going to happen. Although like with New Year's resolutions, I think like a few years ago I was more like on that stuff, but like now it's sort of like it's not like a New Year resolution. You sort of have to like really focus in now, and things are more important now, especially as we get older.
Yeah, well, I think in our game, which is sort of the podcast, social media, Instagram, you have to be on the ball. You have to be like with it. You can't be falling behind the times, and you can't be a follower. You have to be a content creator. You can't just do what everyone else does.
I know, that's the thing. It's just me and you run the show here, and it's like like not like poor me, but like it's hard to like stay on top of things all the time and constantly come up with new things. Like sometimes at night you're like, oh shit, do I have something sorted for the morning and all that stuff? You know?
Especially sometimes you're competing against an actual company as well. Yeah, like we're competing against like Sky Sports and Joe.e and all these companies that have like millions pumped in behind. You know what I mean?
Millions.
But like we're just two humble lads from the north side of Dublin doing our best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, it's funny. That's why I'm like, right, it was sort of good. Like as the year was winding down, 2019, myself and Ross were like, right, we really need to sort out the content. We want to do longer videos, because the shorter videos we weren't really enjoying them as much, and then certain people wouldn't really be interested in certain topics. You know what I mean? Whereas they enjoy the longer format, like more so on Spotify. Make sure to subscribe, and like on iTunes. And then now we're bringing you the long form on YouTube, and then we're going to cut down some of the videos as well and make them like a shorter ones as well on YouTube. But now it's like that break now. We've now Ross goes to me today. He's like, I've sorted out the Spotify problem. And we're like, right, grand. So like,
well, it's nice to like sort of tick the boxes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's important to be on every platform. I actually downloaded TikTok there the other day, and I was like, right, should I go on TikTok or not? And I was like, I think it's full of like 15-year-old kids, but like, I sort of need to see the hype on it. I need to be like, what it's about, because I saw a screenshot of like a 16-year-old girl's phone and a screenshot of an 18-year-old girl's phone, and like it's like the 16-year-olds like love TikTok. It's like the new social media app, but like an 18-year-old is like still on Instagram and like barely on TikTok.
Yeah, you see, I think in our situation we're more looking to the older people who actually have the money to invest in us.
Yeah,
rather than like 10-year-olds to invest in their lunch money in us, you know.
Oh, I know, yeah. I just sort of looked at TikTok and went, everyone's on that, but it seems to be like it's the new Vine is the way I describe it.
Yeah.
It's like short, like 10-second videos.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how that app comes.
Also, I'm pretty sure that app's owned by China.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, which makes you feel like it's somewhat corrupt or something. Well, like, in fairness, the Chinese government, like, tell you can only have so many kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
true,
like,
yeah.
They're not, like...
That doesn't sound corrupt.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, here, look. In fairness, like, it's not like the Irish government isn't corrupt either. If it was an Irish app, it was probably corrupt as well.
Although the Chinese in Ireland, they're the only place where, like, you can haggle them, you know? You can't really walk into, like, Brown Thomas and be like, give us that bag for 1,400. Not like 1,500, you know? They're like, get out.
When you're going to order a 3-in-1, you haggle the price.
Yeah, it's like, I'll give you the price. Give me the price for a 3-in-1, for a 4-in-1.
Yeah, please.
I'm free prawn crackers. But, yeah, no, I'm just like really looking forward to this year. Like over the last while, myself and Ross have really like things have changed. Now we're like really like re-energized to get going again. Like we're like right, a few things coming up over the next while. Like Ross is now killing it in work. I'm like still freelancing, and I'm trying to get something sorted out full time, because it's a weird situation because I'm doing freelance work now at the moment in the radio, so I'm sort of like I'm so close to being in the officially in the industry, but like if I got a full-time job somewhere else, say if it was something like banking or admin somewhere else, I feel like I'm taking a step back from where I want to go eventually. You know, it's like a really, really like tough situation to do it, but like I need more money, so it's like I don't know what the right call is, but like money talks, really, you know.
Or maybe we should like sit down together and have a look at your LinkedIn or something like that, and just like see if there's like more of a creative role you can go for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But we're even looking at prices in housing in Dublin these days. It's just it's so expensive.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but like I don't know how I'm gonna like afford to not live in the penthouse of Ballymun, like.
We'll figure it out for you. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's I'm sure everyone else is on the same boat, but yeah, that's why like now I'm just really dedicated to getting this sorted out and then sorting out everything else.
In fairness, I think I looked at 2019 and there was like a whole lot of negativity towards 2019. There was like the FAI were corrupt. Like there were like your man Prince Andrew was a paedophile. There was like more homeless people in Ireland than ever. There's more people on sick beds in hospitals than ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, RTE were going bankrupt, and I was like, surely 2020 can't be as bad as 2019. So like, new year, new Ireland. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wipe the slate clean.
I sort of think so, and it's not going to get better if everyone's sitting there thinking about it pessimistically. You know what I mean? I think you have to have a positive outlook to actually make a change.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, although things are just going through a really strange time now in the whole country or even the world. Like they're sort of like Love Island's come back next week, and people are like, you know what, if I get on Love Island, I could sort things out. It's just such a it's like you're living in a dream world. Not just Love Island, but sort of like if I win the lotto, everything would be grand. It's like, yeah, good luck with that, you know.
I play the lotto every week.
Yeah. Oh, I actually never play it unless
only the Euro Millions, because like I couldn't be arsed spending 4 million and be like, oh, I actually have to work in Dublin because like that's actually not enough. As opposed to win the Euro Millions, you're like, ha.
Yeah.
That's what's important. But
prices and all going up as well. So
they are. But at the end of the day, like that's just where we live, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
we can't really affect that. Maybe Paddy Houlihan will change all that.
Yeah, hopefully Paddy Houlihan will change all that.
Yeah, Paddy Houlihan for Taoiseach.
Paddy Houlihan for Taoiseach. Yeah,
why not?
Well, like why not? Like, I mean, who else are you gonna vote for?
Not Leo Varadkar anyway. I don't know why, but you know he went like swimming on Christmas Day, and like that was like a headline in one of the papers. I was like, why is him going swimming like the headline?
I don't know. Maybe he was like looking good or something.
He wasn't.
Oh, sorry, I'm still cold. I still have a cold from the Christmas stuff. How'd your Christmas go, Ross? It was obviously TL's first Christmas.
Yeah, it was actually really, really good. Dressed him up a little Santa suit for one of the days. That was quite nice. Yeah. And then on Christmas Day, he was wearing sort of a Peaky Blinders outfit.
Actually, I saw that. Yeah, that was good.
He was well dressed. He had a good time. Didn't give out. He's actually getting so big now. He's 6 months old. Yesterday, yeah. And he has 8 teeth already. So like, you know what I mean, he wrote the first chapter in his autobiography as well. So he's doing all right.
He's doing all right. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. In fairness, he's terrible at sleeping though. Terrible
at sleeping.
Yeah, like it's see he like you put him down, you have him asleep in your arms, and you put him down in his bed, and then he wakes up straight away. He's like, as soon as he touches the bed, he's like, right, back awake. And then sometimes you'll sleep him in your arms, and the next thing you know, you'll be asleep, and all you'll see is, and he'll start like putting his hand in your face. You're like,
wake up.
Thanks very much.
Wake up.
Yeah, but
change my nap.
I wouldn't change him for anything. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's funny to have someone's like so dependent on you, as in they can't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it's weird because like as he gets older, like each week, like he develops more, and like he can pick up his own bottle now and that sort of thing. So like next thing you know, we'll be driving around after a few points.
Oh my god! Is there anything like you are planning on doing for this year, 2020? I feel like it's such a like iconic year or something.
Yeah, I actually think it is. I think it's something about.
There's something about it.
There is a feel of fresh start to it.
Yeah, but it even looks fresher. Like I was writing the date and I was like 2020. I was like, Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, there is.
Although you know what I was actually reading today, you have to be very careful when you're signing contracts this year, because you can't write like 18th to 9/20, because someone could write something after that now, if that makes sense.
Okay. So
you have to write 2020.
Oh, okay.
That's actually quite important. So if you are signing the contracts, make sure you write 2020 on it. Also, I'm going to do Hell and Back this year in June. You're more than welcome to join me, Barry, if you want.
Yeah. For people who don't know what Hell and Back is, do you want to explain
it? I think it's like a 13-kilometer run, but also like you go like you sort of climb up over stuff. You jump into water. You're in a bogland, and I think you can get like electrocuted at some point. Probably do it for charity at some stage. I think I just don't know what charity will do it for. Also, I turned 30 this year, so like my goal for this year, and like I actually really will stick to it. I know I will. Is I want to be fitter at 30 than I was at 20. So I think like that's quite feasible. What about yourself, Barry? Any goals? And don't say Hell and Back now. I just invited you
to be fitter on your birthday than you. No, I'm not joking. I don't know. I was just sitting there and I was just like, here, I need to sort my fucking life out. But I'm sure like I do that every fucking year. But I don't know. Like I do really feel like this is like all the hard work we've done over the last few years. This is the year where it's going to transition. I think I actually vaguely remember you saying last year we'll be on TV for doing this last year, but like the RTE didn't have the budget, supposedly.
Yeah.
But
they're paying Ryan Tubridy too much.
No, I just believe that hard work and perseverance and dedication, it's good. It has to work, or else like.
What's the point? Your team might put us on this year because they can get us on for free.
They can get us on for free. No, but that's the thing. They're not going to be able to get us on for free because after we end up doing FICON and stuff,
they're going to have to pay for us.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, but they don't have to pay us playing Ryan Tubridy money.
No, they don't. No, but like this is going to be. I think this is actually literally the year where things are all going to work out.
I think I realised how broke RTE were when I was watching the Late Late Show, and this kid was on. They were like, "And here's your granny," and I was like, "What?" I was like, I thought they were going to be like, here's Ed Sheeran. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
look, I'm excited for this year. I think there's really big things coming. I think.
Do you actually believe that though?
Yeah, I really do. I think our year is like action packed. Well, the first third is anyway. We have obviously the Conor McGregor fight's coming up. Then we have FightCon, Six Nations, Bellator Dublin. I just think like that little section, January and February, really, really busy. Really excited for. And sure, look, I really do feel like the world is our oyster this year. One thing I think I'd like for us is maybe if we did a bit more talking to the camera on Instagram this year. I think that needs to be more daily, and just for people to like feel like they're staying in contact with us as people as well as just the content.
I get you. I know you're mad for doing that, but like to be honest, that's not really my forte. You know what I mean? I'm more the person like coming up with the stuff to put on rather than being like, all right, what's up? All right, see you later.
Yeah, and maybe I know we used to a few question and answers, but I think maybe might do one of them again every so often. But like, I think only answer like 4 questions because you don't want to be that person who's just like
clogging up the newsfeed.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like. There is a lot of clogging up the newsfeed by loads of people.
But I feel like sometimes people like watching the Q&As.
I get you. Yeah. They like to put the face to the image. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's more like if you're just putting up stupid like nonsense, then you're almost better off. You're losing credibility rather than actually gaining loyalty.
Absolutely. Is like putting up a picture of a pancake, being like, do you like pancakes? Yes or no? It's like, everyone likes pancakes. You know what I mean?
But maybe last year was more like, I feel like 2020 is going to be the year of people like creatives actually get an extra step in the game of like people, like more people marketing are going to be like, right, going to go to these lads more than going to the radio, stuff like that. I think that's really happening this year because people have less money now, so they're like, right, why wouldn't I put it onto some Instagram story where you can actually physically see how many people watched it rather than like a radio station where people might be tuning into some random radio station. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? It could be another year of the social media influencer.
Well, like even now we're really only hitting our stride. Well, like I know let's practically call it day one, but I mean we're only really hitting our stride now. I feel like knowing exactly, like now we're on Spotify, now we're on iTunes, knowing exactly what's going on. Now we know exactly we want to put out like an hour long podcast and then like chop it up a bit as well and put out certain segments that people just want to know about the rugby or the MMA or the football. Now we're sort of like, right, this is what we're going to do, you know? Whereas I think like loads, like we also got on Instagram ahead of people as well, so therefore our following went up. Whereas if you're looking at people now, they're constantly just posting random shit because they don't know how to really use it, and they're like, will I be the coffee girl, or will I be the pancake guy, or will I be, oh, I missed the bus again, dude. You know what I mean? People are trying to find their creative spark.
Yeah, although it is quite funny how like the most random thing can like set you to fame.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at Catch Me Outside, how about that? Because you know the boxer Adrian Broner.
Yeah,
he was like sliding into her DMs and she's only like 16 or 17. And I was like, what? Because I think it was on Facebook and it was like uni lad like put an article about it. Yeah. But when I clicked into the article, I was like, she got loads of tattoos and stuff. Like I was like, if you actually don't know who she is, you wouldn't have a clue what age she is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I felt a bit bad for him, but like he probably actually knew what age she was because she is famous. If that makes sense. If she wasn't famous, you couldn't be like, how did you not know I was 16? It's like, but like I don't know, only 16-year-olds with like 7 tattoos, like showing them off.
I think she also has like 20 million followers on Instagram, so you would have thought you'd be like,
do your research, but
who's his mate Gervonta Davis? You could have been like, Gervonta, well, who's this?
True.
He obviously doesn't watch a lot of
Dr. Phil.
Oh, is it Dr. Phil?
Yeah, Dr. Phil. Typical Baz getting the show wrong.
Typical me not knowing my daytime.
Yeah, but like
American
look at
television.
like Yodeling Kid became famous. It's real like the goal is getting Ellen DeGeneres after making a viral video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just feel like this year is just it's gonna be big years for creatives. I think like me and Ross, like we do have a bit of a step ahead than other people because like we also are sort of creative and we've done a bit like courses in social media and radio presenting and like.
Serious question for you though, Baz. Who would you rather meet, Yodeling Kid or Backpack Kid?
Oh, yeah, probably Yodeling Kid because it'd be cool if we dressed up as cowboys as well. Yodeling rather than like doing the floss. I think the floss is going to be left back in the last decade.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I don't know. I sort of think the backpack kid, like, I'd like to meet him. I don't know why, but I think his long arms. Like, how long are those yokes?
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong. Ross, we actually have met loads of famous people there in the last decade. I didn't even think of this. But is there anyone you think we might end up walking into this year? Or, yeah, this year. We'll go this year.
Well, I suppose we're going to be Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Ben Askren this year, like, guaranteed, as well as Paul Daly. I think like that's a cool way to start off. Yeah. I always think you never really know who we're going to meet. Realistically, this decade, people who I'd like to meet, I'd like to properly meet Dana White. I think that'd be cool. I'd like to meet Conor McGregor and talk to him for more than like 30 seconds, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Without him being like, right, fuck off, I'm gone.
Yeah, what the fuck are you?
Yeah. Again, I'd like to talk to John Kavanagh for about 5 minutes as well. I mean, I think that'd be cool. I think it's very feasible to do so. In terms of all the people I'd like to sit down, I wouldn't mind meeting one or two lads off the Irish football team and having an actual chat with them like a normal person. I think that's something that we do well compared to some other people. A lot of people, when they meet a famous person, like, can you get a photo? Hey, bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to we're like, oh, what's the story? How you getting on?
Yeah.
How you find that? You know what I mean?
I think it's because we've actually met so many famous people that like some absolute randomer was on Fair City wouldn't really blow us away, you know?
Yeah, I think so. Also,
not as if that sounds like a brag or anything, but like it totally isn't. Like,
I don't really feel like we get too starstruck by someone either.
Well, you don't. I mean, like certain people, I'm like, what the fuck? Like Roy Keane, I was like, please don't hate me.
I think when I met Bruce Buffer, I was like, that's gas. I actually found that like more entertaining than anything. When he introduced me on stage on that time in New York, when they were giving me all my details, I didn't realize that what that was for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this woman just started asking me all these questions, and I was like, and she didn't even, when I was saying it to her, she was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, all right.
So, like, obviously, like, brilliantly, like, we're off the beginning of the year with like, a few big things coming up. I think last year was like it was very, very slow, and we were like, I think we were speculating when McGregor was coming back for like months, and it was just like actually getting boring, and like discussing whether Paul Pogba will leave United, all that shit. It was actually just getting repetitive and boring. But like there is certain things coming up that are going to be like it's going to keep us on our toes as well. Because then, like, if we don't really have something big coming up in the week, like we're almost like we're less energized to actually do the show. We're like almost coming up with shit to come up with. But I do believe like big things are going to happen. This like not like win the lotto big things, but like things that really put us on a step to maybe even put in a step. Like I think to this year, I think this is this like our 4th year maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
is it? I think it was like October 2000. It was not October 2015. Maybe we did it. No.
Maybe we're moving into our 5th year.
I think we did the course in October 2015.
Yeah. Well, the way I look at it is, what show number are we on? 178 or something.
Something like that. Yeah. Oh well, like
I know we did a few where we did 2 or 3 in the 1 week, but like on average, I say we're about 4 years in.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy,
but that's how it goes.
But what's the sort of like the show? This show is obviously called the Energized 2020 Vision. Ross, what like after all that mumble jumble we've been discussing, and if you are new to the show, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay energized. But Ross, what is the Energized 2020 Vision? Before we start like going into the world of sport and everything, you know what I mean? Because like,
look, I think we do have to take it sort of each month or 2 months at a time. It sounds like a footballer being like, what's your goal for the season? It's like, take each game at a time and try and win. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like you do have to take it sort of slow. Obviously it's important to have sort of long-term goals and long-term visions. Look, I think it'd be great if we have 1 or 2 sponsors of the show by the end of the year. That'd be a massive goal of ours. I think great opportunity at FICON to meet some new sponsors.
Well, what exactly, if people are listening now looking to sponsor, what exactly would they need to give us or help us with? You know, I mean, I don't think we actually really need that much. To be honest.
I don't.
Like we got a new stand. Like we got a new stand for the camera.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's more so. I think they could give us money and we could promote their products. You know what I mean? I think that's probably the best way about it.
We have guaranteed audience.
We're on like so many different platforms.
Yeah.
We have great following on Instagram and quite loyal following on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And also, like, if we were working with a brand, we'd love to do like constant giveaways of their product as well.
Yeah, we love doing the competitions, by the way.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of my favourite things to do.
I don't think last year. I think we did at the end. We gave out.
Yeah,
but like throughout the year, we didn't really give away anything. But we weren't offered that situation.
Yes, and I do also feel that we do a lot more giveaways than people with way more followers as well, because it's something that we love to do.
Yeah, I do find it enjoyable.
Yeah, I quite like being like, oh, who's going to win, and then you pick a winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do find it very entertaining to do that for our own benefit. I like the football ones as well, because like it's out of our control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a bit like a lotto, isn't it?
It is like, a bit like a lotto, yeah. But only 90 numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting to do them. Look, I think we're very open to listening to offerings. We're willing to do stuff on a trial basis as well. We obviously have a lot of fight fans, so if there is like fight brands out there who are looking to sponsor us, I think that'd be a great opportunity for them. I think we're there for the taking, if you know what I mean. For someone to offer us a good deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your take?
Like, I think we could like it wouldn't even be for a back pocket. Well, like it'd be into Theo's back nappy pocket, but it'd be like investing more like sort of like equipment.
Put more production into the show. Is that better?
Yeah, go again.
Yeah, I think we put more production into the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that'd be more so my goal. I don't know. Realistically, I'd love if we could get someone from maybe like a college student or something like that to work on our sound and video and audio, or our sound and our video, and just to like sort of maybe even guide us on a few things. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we could look up into in the new year.
Like, what about guest wise?
We are in the new year.
Maybe if we had like a PR person or something like that to like almost arrange interviews that people are really interested in, you know?
Yeah, well, maybe that's up to us to link up with other management companies and for us to go and get the interviews with other people, and like to go on top of that, maybe we need to even do some interviews separately if it doesn't suit us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe
I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go out and interview someone, or I go out and interview someone. Maybe we need to arrange stuff that way. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's hard to know exactly what is the right thing. I know that like say if you went out and interviewed someone and didn't go, like, not that it didn't go well, it just didn't get that many views or anything. Like, that's not like a bad thing. It's just like
it's disheartening to go out next time.
It's just but it's hard to know what is the right thing, not really the wrong thing. I don't think there is such thing as really the wrong thing, unless you went on and said like you like interviewed some absolute racist and you're like, yeah, I agree with you, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way it could go wrong, if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. But like, no, it'd be great. It'd be great to like because we're willing to like interview people like from like comedians, sports people to, well, like I'm not really like interested in getting like Vradka on, but like, I don't know.
I actually wouldn't mind getting him on to be like,
well, it'd be random, like,
yeah, but what's your day like? If you know what I mean, I have no interest in like, so what's your view on the homeless crisis? You know what I mean? Well, actually, I probably will be interested, but I don't think our audience is like that's what they tune into us for.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. I don't. It's more what the audience wants, because they, you know what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think every week someone goes, "Why don't you get Conor McGregor on the show?" It's like, well,
yeah.
We asked him last week and he said no.
Yeah. In the world full of, like, see, that's the thing. Like, unless we get that like certified blue tick, unless we DM someone, they're not really gonna get it straight away. You know.
Maybe we'll work on the blue tick for the new year. Yeah. Well, for this new year.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, it's just like I'm like for the people listening now, make sure to like and subscribe. But what I'm saying to you now is like I know that FightCon event is going to be so big for us that, and like there's going to be loads of brands there that are going to be like, who the fuck are these guys? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, it's a good opportunity for us, so we just have to go there and represent ourselves the best we can.
That's what I mean. Like, obviously, I don't want to put pressure on it because, like, I don't see there's actual pressure on it because we've been doing this for so long. I'm not really like going to be like nervous. I remember we were once about to interview King Cowley, and I was literally like shitting myself. I was like, "What if I say something stupid?" And Ross was like, "Well, you always say something stupid." So it's grand. I was like, "Oh yeah, grand."
But look, I think we should maybe have a look at the new year and look at the events and like discuss them one by one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should start off with the world of mixed martial arts because
we have a massive audience from there, so we might as well give the people what they want. So,
okay, hold on, let me take a breath first, right?
What do you mean let you take a breath?
No, because this is where I'm going to chop up the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, if you didn't know.
I thought we would have done it about 2 minutes ago.
No, but this is the part, right? Okay, so, yeah, Conor McGregor is back on the 18th, isn't it?
UFC 246 live from Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. Conor McGregor versus Donald Cerrone at 170 pounds.
Yeah!
Return of the Mac.
He's back. Also, by the way, that's going to be John Kavanagh's birthday as well, by the way.
Happy birthday to Coach Cav. Barry, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very, very excited for what Conor McGregor called the start of his season.
Yeah.
I really like the way he's calling it a season.
So do I. Sorry for interrupting, but like, he's so ahead of the curve with everything.
Yeah.
Like, I have not heard one fighter being like, season.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
I like it. I'm like, you fight for 9 months, you take 3 months off, and then you fight for 9 months. I think that's like the perfect way to do it. I also think McGregor's brilliant at staying active when he is in the fight game. I think a lot of fighters can learn from that. I don't understand, like, the fighters don't realise that you don't get paid for sitting at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why I have a lot of respect for Don Cerrone. He gets in the cage so often. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think he's in the top 10 UFC earners of all time now, just due to the fact that he fights so often.
Well, fighters could be injured as well, and they also could be doing side projects as well, you know?
I know a lot of them are, but I think when you get into the UFC, keep it going. Or sometimes, like, you come out of a fight relatively unscathed and then you take a load of time off.
Yeah.
Like, if that was me, I'd be like, right, I've just done the fight camp. I've just knocked someone out in 10 seconds. I should probably fight again soon while I'm this good shape.
Yeah. I'm staying relevant, man. Yeah. How important is it staying relevant in the fight game?
Like, if you look at 3 people this year who had an absolute outstanding year, Israel Adesanya, like, he fought multiple times. He stayed relevant. He, kept his face in the news and his body in the octagon. Jorge Masvidal, like, the absolute epitome of doing that.
Yeah.
And then, like, Henry Cejudo didn't actually fight as much as the other two. But, oh my God, how many times do you have to cringe at saying bend the knee to Triple C? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually matter how often you fight sometimes. You can keep your name in the news. Look at Colby Covington. Like, so relevant this year.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That is what it's all about.
Being relevant.
Keeping people entertained. Ben Askren, for instance.
Yeah. Ben Askren, like, the epitome of entertainment. You know what I mean? It doesn't actually get much better than Ben Askren.
Facts, but
Barry, how much are you looking forward to UFC 246?
It is a couple of weeks away. It's fast approaching. I'm sorry, it still hasn't hit me yet. Like, I think, like, if I was to ask for a Christmas present, this would be it. Something like this soon, a huge show, like something that really helps our audience. Helps our show grow a lot. So, like, it's like, oh, great. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, but like, it hasn't hit yet. It hasn't hit yet.
Tell me this: when you first heard the fight was announced, what were your initial thoughts?
I was like, I can't believe Conor is taking on Cowboy Cerrone.
So you're delighted it was back.
Well, that, but also, like, he kept saying Khabib's name, and then he was also saying, like, Frankie Edgar's name, and I was like, which way is he going with this? Like, I mean, like, Khabib and Frankie Edgar, like, 2 different weight classes, and it's like, and then Cowboy's name comes out, and it's like, oh, that is like the most perfect fight for him. But the thing is, if you look at Cowboy Cerrone as well, Cowboy Cerrone is like, right, if I beat him, we're off to the races.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cowboy Cerrone has the most wins, the most knockdowns, the most finishes, the most bonuses in UFC history. He's an absolute animal of a fighter. And I think it's the perfect matchup for McGregor as well. He's going to fight someone who's willing to stand and trade with him.
So he says.
170. Do you think that more favours Cerrone? Or now that you've seen McGregor's new physique, more favours McGregor? Or do you think it doesn't really matter because they're both sort of lightweights fighting at welterweight?
See, that's the thing. It's 170. Like, Conor looks brilliant at that weight. Like, You know what I mean? Like, I think 155 he looks good as well. 145 he looks like a piranha that hasn't eaten in a month. But I think it's perfect for Cerrone as well. You know what I mean? He doesn't like to make 155 that easy. You know what I mean? It means he can't go on the beers. I don't know. It's almost like if you go on to the UFC fight game, the like EA Sports game, and then you're like, right, Conor 170, Cowboy 170, let's go. It's almost like they'll fight each other just randomly on the street, sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, they're fighting almost that they're walking around way closer than they are to their actual fight weight.
Yeah.
It is an interesting way about it. McGregor seems to just fought here because he didn't want to cut the weight, and that's what John Kavanagh says.
Yeah. Do you think that's good though? Good mentality to have? Because I'm still on the fence about this. I don't know if that's.
I haven't. I think just seeing how serious McGregor's actually taking his training, just from looking at him, and obviously he's doing loads of weight training, looking at his new physique and stuff like that. I just hope he's doing a lot of road work. He's running those miles. He has that gas tank, because there's always that worry: the more muscle you put on, the less or the more fatigue you get faster. And also putting on 170, I think Cowboy's less susceptible to the knockout at 170 than he was at 155 pounds. That's the way I look at it. I think it might end up being the second or third round before you see a knockout, just due to, you know, McGregor's straight left, as seen against Diaz, it doesn't carry as much at 170.
Yeah, but also I don't think, like, obviously in the build up to the fight we're going to be going over this a lot more, but I don't like Conor carrying that extra weight going into the championship rounds. I don't see the weight helping him. No,
neither do I, just due to the fact I think only carrying that extra weight helps if you're a grappler. And obviously he's not a grappler, he's a striker. Like, those bigger biceps and bigger shoulder muscles are going to be heavier and going to carry more lactic acid going into the championship rounds than they do in the earlier rounds.
Yeah.
It's just an extra interesting thing to the fight, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And then last time Cerrone fought Darren Till, who's southpaw as well. It wasn't a good night for him either, you know. No,
he lost that one quite decisively. Look, I suppose you have to look at the Cerrone fight. I take you're going to say McGregor's going to win.
Yeah, but I'm not like he's like, no fight is a gimme fight. You know what I mean? You cannot be like Conor McGregor is definitely going to win, because
absolutely not.
That's not guaranteed at all.
No.
Who knows? Like, even in the fight camp, he could get injured, and you know, Conor, he doesn't say anything until after the fight if he's injured or not. You know.
Yeah. Well, look, I assume he's going to win. I think you assume he's going to win. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying you're not getting guarantees here that he's going to win. Who do you think he's actually going to fight next? Because from seeing him do that interview on the Mac Life, it was almost like he was like, "Oh, I'm actually not that interested in Jorge Masvidal." Do you think he's just saying at the moment to sort of fob off that, or do you think he is interested in Masvidal and that's where he's going to go next? I personally think he's going to go for Gaethje next. Because I sort of want to like pan out his season in my head.
I know, but like almost in my head, like before you asked me that question, I would have said McGregor fights Cowboy, then fights Masvidal, then fights Khabib. That's the three in the way, the three in a row. That season, if you could call it that. But then, is Masvidal meant to wait out? Is Masvidal going to be at this event for McGregor to be like, "Oh, I'm the baddest motherfucker in this company"? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, like, you could picture him almost saying that. But then, when does Conor ever say anything that you expect him to say?
In fairness, he could go fight Nate Diaz if he wanted to as well. You know what I mean? I know he lost Masvidal, but like, he could always like be like, right, I'll take that third Nate Diaz fight now.
I know, but I don't see him just knocking around with people with no belts, like with no direct path. That's why what you said about Gaethje would make more sense rather than going to Diaz.
Oh yeah, well, my personal take is I feel like he's almost going to be like, shut up, Gaethje, I'm going to knock you out as well, and then I'll fight. You know what I mean?
Hold on, when's Khabib? I'm going to check. You probably know it off the top of your head.
UFC 249 in Brooklyn, New York. I think it's April.
Well, there you go. That could be the one. Maybe, like he says, he could be ready. Stay ready. That's on April 18th. Yeah, UFC 249. Khabib is taking on Tony Ferguson for the lightweight title. So, like, if Conor gets what people are saying, early finish, he could be on point to fight in that card.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't think he'll actually fight on the undercard on that card, if that makes sense.
No.
So, like
he's
either main event or not. Otherwise, in fairness, you could see him at UFC 250. You know what I mean? Fighting Gagey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule anything out just yet.
No.
Although, like, DC versus Stipe has to headline an event somewhere as well.
Do you think he could fight, right? Because he's fighting at 170.
Yeah.
He could fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson for the nicest motherfucker title.
Absolutely not. I just don't see that happening.
Oh, man, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Who did Pettis fight after he fought Wonderboy? Oh, he fought Nate. Was Nate Diaz after that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it was, yeah. I was going to say, like, that, like, if Pettis knocked out Wonderboy and then fought someone else.
No, was it not Tony Ferguson, maybe? Tony Ferguson, I think it was, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
remember when he had to stop?
Yeah, I was just more like, Pettis versus McGregor would be a nice fight as well to watch.
Yeah.
Just for, like, actual fight.
Yeah. It's just like in the fight game, like especially when you're up at the top and you're Conor McGregor, you're not going to get like a few. You're not going to fight Cerrone and then fight Frankie Edgar and then fight Uriah Faber and then fight Khabib. You know what I mean? It's like, right, one big fight, one big win, and you're up there.
Yeah.
Look at Darren Till. He was like stone dead and then came back.
And now he's, next thing you know, he could be the next middleweight contender.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mad the ups and downs of the fight game, isn't it?
It is, man. Yeah, it is. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. Like it's a madness. But so we're both sort of thinking. Let us know who you think is going to win. But Conor McGregor against Cowboy Cerrone. At the moment, I'm thinking Conor. He's looking very fresh. I just follow Cowboy on my own Instagram there, just to sort of stay up in his fight camp.
Yeah, see what he's up to.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it yet though.
See if he's drinking any beers.
Yeah, but like Conor and the whole team SBG are over in Vegas. Did you see Shane?
Yeah, Shane Mullins over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. What a legend.
Oh no, fair play to him. Yeah, but I was like, he's not really that tall though, is he? Not like you would have thought King Cowley would be.
Yeah, but I think he was a kickboxer, so I think that's where like that stems from.
Yeah. Well, fair play to him. Fair play, Shane. Shane follows the page.
Over in the UFC PI.
Yeah.
McGregor's over there, like beside Dominic Cruz, and I was like, oh my god, he's actually so much bigger than Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
I was like, jeez.
I can't wait to see. Mad. Yeah, I can't wait to see the build up. The build up. You're just
I can't wait for Embedded.
Yeah, it just gets you really, really excited. But also, as we said, myself and Ross just applied for our media credentials for Bellator Dublin. That's coming up as well. That's going to be headlined by James Gallagher. Also, it's announced that James Gallagher is going to be going to FightCon as well. Ross,
win or lose, he's on the boo as well.
Win or lose, he is on the booze. But what do you want to say a couple of things about Bellator Dublin that's coming up soon?
Yeah, so Bellator Dublin's coming back. Look, Bellator always look after us really, really well. We love going to their events. I think this time it's going to be a much better matchup for James. Much more of a test. I think Cal Elner is 8-2.
Yeah.
So
he was meant to fight him last time.
Yeah, and a lot more sort of respectable record, one might say.
Yeah.
Than anyone he's fought recently. Also, you have Aaron Chalmers, or Aaron Geordie Shore, as he's affectionately known, fighting on that card.
I think he changed his name on Twitter to Aaron Old Chalmers.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So he's Irish. Yeah.
Who else do we have?
Ryan Scope.
Ryan Scope is fighting Peter Queedy, or Redzer.
Yeah.
And then Peter Queedy's fighting
Brent Primus.
Former Bellator lightweight champion.
Yeah.
That should be a great fight.
Yeah.
I think Richie Coyley's going to fight on the card as well. Probably Richie Smullen, Will Fleury. So you're getting sort of all your Irish heads in there. And it looks like they're all facing stiffer competition than they did last time.
Yeah. It's going to be...
I sort of like going into the Bellator fights when I don't know if the Irish person's going to win.
Yeah. That atmosphere is just off the rails, Ross,
isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant. We just sent off our media credentials, and then I got in touch with the girl Holly who sorted this out last time. I'm waiting for her to get back in touch with us. I'm sure things will be fine. And then, do you think I should just fire off another email saying hi? Also, we'd love to run a competition for you or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'd love to give away 2 free tickets to Bellator Dublin. I think that'd be unreal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Then obviously FightCon is going down as well the week after. That's going on in Cork.
I think tickets are still on sale, aren't they?
Yeah, so Bellator
is the
Dublin
22nd.
It's 22nd. Same night, Tyson Fury is fighting Deontay Wilder. And then the week after, it's FightCon. It's on in Cork.
February 29th.
February 29th. Like people
Leap year.
the day of the leap. People are gone: Ben Askren, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, James Gallagher, Will Fleury, Michael Villan Page, Paul Daly, Ian Gary. Shout out, he's gone as well. Spike O'Sullivan. There's more.
I think Richie Coyley, Energized.
Yeah,
The lads.
We're I think we might be doing like some competitions to win tickets and that on the way up to it. But yeah, we'll keep you posting all that shit because it's gonna, like, this year it's gonna be madness.
Yeah, it really will be madness. Out of the entire lineup, I think sort of starts by, I know, MVP, Wonderboy Thompson, Ben Askren, James Gallagher. Who are you looking forward to meeting most?
Ben Askren.
Just because he's funny.
Just like the controversy he caused last year, that I can't wait to have a chat with him and see what the story is.
Do you think he's fully retired now?
Who knows? Give him a while off. He's playing disc golf. He could get a bit bored and want a bit of a grapple.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. I think he loves that bit of extra cash he gets thrown his way when he does a fight, and I think that might entice him back in. I'm actually really looking forward to beating Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He just seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah,
that I'm just like, I can't wait to do the thumbs up and stand next to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the Energized thumbs up.
I could have someone on the show. But if you're enjoying the MMA show, make sure to like, subscribe. We will be back next week in the build up for UFC 246. It's going to be great.
It will be great. Okay,
and then also, myself and Ross, we're massive fans of the Irish Rugby as well. Okay, I'm sure loads of people that are watching are as well. We thought the Irish Rugby is back. The Six Nations is back on February the 1st, so that's in between all them events we just discussed on just earlier. But myself and Ross were sitting down there and we were like, right, who should be Ireland's new captain? Because we have a new head coach, Andy Farrell. Myself and Ross were like, right.
And Rory Best retired, obviously, at the World Cup.
Yeah, Rory Best retired, if people didn't know.
Yeah.
But it's 4 years until the next World Cup. I think it's on in France, isn't it?
Yeah.
You sure?
I actually think it's a bit all over. I think. I'm actually not 100% sure.
I think it is in France. But
it's a while away anyway.
Yeah, it's 4 years away. Don't worry about it. 4 years to check it out and make sure the flights are not going to the wrong place. But we were like, right, what's going to be Andy Farrell's first point of call? It's going to be like picking who his next captain should be. Who's going to be his right hand man, Ross? I think we should go over maybe who the candidates are, Ross.
Yeah. Look, I think the two obvious candidates for this year's Six Nations are, you could have Johnny Sexton or Peter O'Mahony. I think they're sort of the leaders in the squad at the moment, and
like you put them right at the top, yeah.
I think they're the obvious candidates in the team right now.
Okay,
but I think,
can I tell you one thing? Because when they won the Grand Slam, Peter O'Mahony and Johnny Sexton both held up the trophy together.
Yeah, I saw that. Look, I think in terms of longevity and in terms of who's going to be the captain going forward, I think maybe Tadhg Furlong could be a possibility. There's a lot of talk of James Ryan being a possibility. I think what's really important when you're looking at their captain, obviously Pete loves that idea, when you're looking at that captain, is who is almost a guaranteed starter, and then from there onwards you have to pick your captain. There's no point. I've seen so many teams where you pick the captain and you're not even too sure if that person should be starting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think,
and also, are they going to be there for the next 4 years as well?
Exactly.
But how important is that, Ross, as well? Knowing that they are going to be available for the next 4 years.
Well, I think that's why Brian O'Driscoll was made captain when he was so young. That they were like, right, he's a leader on the pitch and he's young. He'll be there for the next while. Make him captain.
Yeah, but he was also like an extremely special talent as well.
But you could easily
if you didn't know.
Yeah, but you could easily argue Tadhg Furlong's an extremely impressive talent.
I agree.
James Ryan's an extremely impressive talent. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I think between those two, that's where I'm looking next for captaincy. I feel like there are two people who have their names absolutely nailed down to that team sheet.
I know. Well, then, but how do we?
Well, in fairness, you can pick someone else. You know how you don't have to be like.
But let's go over them, right? Let's go over them, right? So we'll start off with Johnny Sexton, obviously, right?
Yeah.
The main man for Leinster. In 4 years' time, like as we know at the moment, he's almost like. Do you think he's really going to make the next 4 years?
If you ask him, he'll probably say he will. You know what I mean? Yeah. But competition is hotting up so much for that out half jersey in Leinster. like let alone Ireland. Like Sexton's there, but like Ross Byrne is absolutely batting down the hatches there. He played brilliantly against Northampton, and he was also brilliant when he came on against Northampton. Ross Byrne's brother Harry Byrne is also on the side, and so is Kieran Frawley. They're all absolutely excellent choices at out half. And then you have obviously Carty over in Connacht, and you have Carberry down in Munster. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of competition for that position, and I don't think Johnny Sexton is going to be the person in 4 years' time, just because he's so injury prone
And the way he plays.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking about it today, and I was talking to one of the lads in work, and all I was saying was, what do you think about Johnny Sexton coming in and getting that position, even though someone's playing week in, week out and playing very, very well? Someone like Ross Byrne, who plays week in, week out for Leinster, playing the Heineken Cup games for Leinster. But as soon as Sexton fits, like, right, bench board. You know what I mean? Sometimes I almost think you should like, stick with the consistency.
I get what you mean, but it also comes down to the money that has been paid to these guys, and also the experience as well. And like people's jobs are on the line as well. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, who do I pick? Like, for instance, remember Harry Kane had to start in the Champions League final, even though he was injured. But it was like,
and Lucas Moore scored a hat-trick the week before.
But that's the thing. But like, the situation they're in now is because obviously the Six Nations starts on February the 1st. Johnny Sexton's going to be out to possibly March. So do you think that's also going to jeopardise the possibility of him becoming captain as well?
Probably on this occasion.
Or do you think that could be a cop-out? Because maybe Andy Farrell's sitting at home being like, right, thank God he's injured because I want to pick James Ryan, for instance. And also, supposedly Joey Carberry broke his arm today in training for Munster. I'm not sure if that's true or not. So Tony's posted that as well. So,
look, I actually think the more I think about it, the more I think like James Ryan seems like a solid pick. I always think it's good to see a forward as a captain. I think it's sort of, you lead by example in the forwards, you know what I mean? It's more of an intimidation factor also. And the way I look at it is James Ryan seems to be constantly on the pitch. And that's what you're sort of looking for. You know what I mean? I think you go into a full camp with Johnny Sexton as captain, and then next thing you know he's injured after the first game, then you have to pick a new captain for the rest of it.
Yeah. What about the possibility, right? Say if you pick Sexton for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And then
what, as in then had James Ryan's voice captain.
Yeah. And then like if Sexton didn't, unfortunately if he didn't make it the next couple of years, then James Ryan is just being groomed and ready to go. Because you never know, if you gave it to James Ryan straight away, other players from different provinces could be like, oh, why is he ahead of me?
I think he's ahead of most people on skill level alone.
But I mean, maybe at the elders, like Peter O'Mahony, for instance, like, I mean, he could, like...
Yeah, but Peter O'Mahony's going to be captain no matter what, whether you give him the armband or not.
I know.
That's who he is. But Munster are playing, like, so poorly compared to the other provinces at the moment that I almost think his starting position isn't guaranteed. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you just look at the Leinster back row, like, the amount of players, like, Caelan Doris, Max Deegan, and then obviously have Van der Fleer and Rhys Ruddock. Like, all these players are like competing to get in that Irish squad in the back row and fight for their jersey. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, but no one's guaranteed a starting spot in the back row.
Yeah, I know, but like I totally get what you mean, and I know they're stacked with the 6, 7, and 8 positions, but just because there's not many people competing in second row doesn't mean you shouldn't be like, all right, well, he will be there. So come on.
I think there is massive competition in second row for the other starting spot, if that makes sense.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, I think Olton Dillon got injured there, but you know, like Ian Henderson there, Ross Maloney, like there's loads of players who are like competing for that second row spot. You know what I mean? But James Ryan has that one nailed down, and I don't think Andy Farrell even ruled out Devin Toner being in back in intention to start alongside him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and again with Tadhg Furlong, I feel like he's like the best number 3 in the world. So therefore, he's not an option for captain. I just don't know
why.
Personality wise,
why wouldn't he be?
Tadhg.
Or even Cian Healy.
Yeah, but I think Cian Healy's 31 also, and he's on like sort of the latter side of things. He'll be 35 by the time the World Cup rolls around.
Yeah, but he did say he's aimed to make it.
Oh, absolutely. But Johnny Sexton said the same thing. You know what I mean? They're more injury prone players, and I think Cian Healy's brilliant. I think he's better now than he's ever been. But I think less often than not he plays 80 minutes. if that makes sense. James Ryan seems to play 80 minutes quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I personally think it's better to have your captain on the field for the full game.
You never really see James Ryan do that many interviews, do you?
Not a hell of a lot of interviews.
And do you not think this is a lot of pressure to put on the young man's shoulders as well?
Yeah, but he seems to thrive under pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at his young age, he's already won the Six Nations. He's already been to a World Cup. He's already won the European Cup. You know what I mean? Like, if that doesn't scream thriving under pressure, don't know what does.
Yeah.
At one stage, he'd won his first 24 professional games before he even lost a game. Like, if you put up his win-loss record as a rugby player, as an MMA record, geez, you'd be saying he's won the GOATs.
Yeah. The more you say it now, I think James Ryan will get it. The more you're going on about it, because also he's from Leinster, like Sexton, Furlong.
I just want to press that because it's got no battery. But go on, keep going.
Yeah, Sexton, Furlong, Cian Healy. They're all around him all the time, so they would. I don't think they'd be like, why is he getting over me, sort of thing.
I think they'd be happy for him. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I think if you were bitter over someone else getting captain, you probably shouldn't have been captain. True, you know what I mean? Like, you should just want what's best for the team.
That's a good point.
And if you're going to put your own needs ahead of the team, well then maybe you weren't the person to lead outside.
So you think he's going to get it? Yeah,
I think so. I think it's a good shout. Leinster are on absolute fire at the moment. Like, every time I watch them play, they're putting 50 points on someone. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think they scored like over 40 points against Northampton twice, against Ulster, against Connacht. You know what I mean? And they're all, you know, the other team was up for those games a lot. You know what I mean? They're, you know, 2 interprovincial games and then European Cup games against the team that's winning the English League, and they trounced all of them.
Yeah. So if you're going to go in order, like, so who do you think will get it? You think James Ryan definitely will get it, or is he a person you want?
No, he's a person I want to get it.
Okay.
I think leading into the Six Nations. No, I think James Ryan will get it. I think Andy Farrell has to come in here and make a statement, and if he wants to play safe, just give it to Peter O'Mahony. I mean, no one's going to ever go, terrible decision.
I know, yeah. See, that's what I was thinking of Peter O'Mahony as well, but he hasn't really excelled there on the last wall as well, and he hit such a high that I don't think he like hit that high again, especially in the World Cup. You know.
Yeah, I think the World Cup scored are hard to judge because everyone was poor in the World Cup.
Yeah, but I don't really think he's going to like make massive changes out of the team as well. I know he dropped Carney out of the squad, but Jordan Larmour, like, I mean, what a man to come into that position as well.
Oh, he's absolutely brilliant. I just think it's going to be interesting to see how he does play.
Yeah,
as an overall, Andy Farrell, what sort of tactics he's going to employ, because it seems like Joe Schmidt tactics were going stale by time World Cup roll around. It's almost like he showed his hand too early, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So it'd be very interesting to see. But look, the Irish rugby scene's hotting up like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, it really is exciting. Like, already, Leinster qualified. Looks like Ulster are going to qualify as well.
Munster, Connacht are struggling a bit, but we'll see how they get on.
But we're obviously going to be doing way more rugby stuff in the lead up to the Six Nations as well. We're really looking forward to now actually seeing who do you think actually will be the future captain of Ireland. I think it's going to be Peter O'Mahony, but you think it's going to be James Ryan. Okay.
We'll be interested to see. I know we didn't get to talk about football in the show, but I'll tell you what we'll probably do is we'll probably have a heavy football show in the coming weeks with all the transfers, with the January transfer window. At the end of the day, I think it's just like Liverpool will win the league by so much that what else you're really supposed to talk about, you know what I mean? So
Ollie in. Ollie out. Pogba in, Pogba out.
We'll get back to that when it's when there's a few more talking points, really, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think my only question about the football is, Baz, do you think Liverpool will go the season unbeaten? I feel like the talk
in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I feel like that question took a very long time to be asked when they were like 16 wins, 1 draw.
Yeah, I think people didn't want to blow their beans on like that question, and then they've nothing else to talk about for the rest of the year. You know, I'm sure someone from Liverpool will probably betting anyway. Yeah, at the start of the season. Yeah. But I think that's sort of all from us. I hope you enjoyed this show. I have no real idea what the start of the show was about, but I'm sure you guys got some entertainment value out of it. Thank you so much for listening to us. Great to be back. New year, first show of the year. Do give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe. And as always, Barry,
Stay energized.